I knew it. Another Heard At Media production.
Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne. Hey, BravoCon star.
Hello, you guys. We have so much to talk about from BravoCon. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so stuffy per usual. I did go into BravoCon a little sick, but we just have a lot to talk about. So on today's episode, we're covering everything. BravoCon 2025, some big major things that happened at BravoCon, my experience at BravoCon. Obviously this one was a little different because Chantel wasn't with me. And then, interactions, some squash the beef. I think a lot of you want to know about the squash the beef. Before we get into the squash the beef, because I'm going to go in order with everything. So you guys are going to have to hold off because I know you guys are dying to know. Chanel, when I sent you the photo of Melissa and I, what the hell were you thinking?
Oh my God, I was dying because we had talked about this. Like, okay, if there's an opportunity, like, are you gonna go up to them? Or are you not gonna go up to them? And it was like a hell no at this point. But I think
It
because
wasn't a hell no. It wasn't a hell no. It was never a hell no. It was like, okay, I would go up and have a conversation, but it would be scary.
yeah, like I think that's what I meant. It's like more like, it would be like it'd be crazy, which it is crazy, more than you just going up to them and then having that picture. So it was very shocking for me to see. And what Roxanne did is like, because we're on her Patreon, you guys, and like all she does is like uploads a picture and doesn't say anything, and like we're all freaking out. I'm like, she doesn't even update me, and I'm like, hello, what happened? What's going on? And like she's literally like ghosting me, and like everyone's like cracking up because I was like, oh my God, this girl, she hasn't even updated me, and they're all like in it together.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened. A lot of surprises. A lot with. Oh gosh, let me turn that off now because I
Oh
feel
yeah, I
like.
was supposed to remind you, and someone said when you type, they hear you. So let's turn
Oh
it
my
off.
gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. So yeah, there's a lot. So there's going to be a lot that we're going to talk about. The experience, people who were just so great, so shockingly great. Some people who I squashed the beef with that were just really great at the end of the day. Um, some people who might have just had a bad day, and that's okay. Okay, so we'll talk about that because they might have just had a bad day. And is like BravoCon worth it for a person, for different kinds of people, like people who are super passionate about the show, who aren't, all that stuff. So I just want to make this clear because there was like rumors going around that I was there on Friday. I wasn't there on Friday. So obviously I have 4 kids under 6, and it's very hard for me to get help. I want to just start off by shouting out my Patreon listeners because we've had a lot of people who DM us, but we're not good with our DMs like how we used to be. And they were all just like, you need to go to BravoCon. Like, it doesn't matter if Chantel doesn't go. You need to go. Like, you need to represent. Well, of course it matters. Like, we all miss Chantel. And of course it matters. But like she's having a baby.
That shouldn't be your excuse, like that shouldn't have
Right.
been the excuse.
We've been doing this since 2012. Like, Real Housewives and stuff like this. It's so important to like note that we do have a life outside of Real Housewives because I feel like the people that just have something to say about us, like make it like this is our life. And like a lot of the stuff that we know is thankfully because of our listeners that update us and stuff. But um I'm so glad, I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful I went. I really am because I got to reconnect with a lot of people. I got to build a relationship with a lot of people too who know who we are and stuff. So and then I got to squash the beef, and I think that was so important because what I saw at this BravoCon was, and Melissa has been saying it a lot in regard to the Teresa Melissa stuff, is literally relief. Like, you guys, I would, that I like to say my opinion. There is nothing more real than what's happening with Melissa, Joe, Teresa, Gia, Louis, all of them. Like, they are so happy. I could look at Teresa, and I don't think that since she's been on the show, she's been more happier than she is today. And that's crazy. And that's all that we want for them. Like, I come from someone, I have a brother, and I was like, how dare Joe Gorga come on the show? And like, he's her brother. But you guys, like, they're happy. And so I'm happy because like I think about our parents, like my dad who didn't talk to his whatever, like they're happy. So that's great. We'll talk more about that. But let's get into BravoCon. So anyways, I went Friday night, you guys, and I didn't arrive till like 10 o'clock. And we went to In and Out. We stayed out till like 2 a.m. We were walking around and stuff, me and my husband. And then I literally flew out Sunday at 9 p.m. So we were like actually like an hour and a half late. So it was a lot. And what I will say is like I feel like BravoCon's amazing and they don't get enough credit with how crazy this is. Like I asked Chantal, how many people do you think attend? Do you know what Chantal said? She said 1,000.
I
Guys,
promise I heard them say on the TV when I was watching all weekend 1,000, but it could have been just for that like panel.
30,000 people come to BravoCon. And if you're someone who's like, I am so like, I met someone who came to up to me and she was like, hey Roxanne, hey Chantel. And like she was doing that and she was like, this is like my wish, like to come to this experience. She only came for one day though. And I think that's like great. Like I think if you love this show and you like, like she was telling me, I listen to all the podcasts. Like I love your podcast. I listen to all the podcasts. Like I think, you don't need to come 3 days, because it is it's a lot of money, you guys. So you don't have to come 3 days. Like even had I just gone that Saturday, that would have been good enough for me, Chantal.
Yeah, no, I
Like one
agree for
one
sure.
day pass VIP. I genuinely don't think the general admission is worth it. That is just my opinion on this. I don't think it's worth it. I like that the VIP gives you an extra room. It's like darker in there. It gives you way more opportunities to take photos with other people. I was on that BravoCon Facebook page and I feel as though a lot of people had a like kind of like a worse experience with Chantal taking photos in VIP and just like waiting in lines and like people cutting and stuff. I don't know. So some people might not, they get excited and not as mindful. Um Things like that. Like a lot just happens with it. So I just think like is it worth it? Like what are some hot takes? Like I don't think general admission's worth it. You know what someone did, Chantal?
But what if like that's all you have and like you still get to see people and you still get to like see them in person and like you love it so much, and I feel like because it's not as expensive for general admission, so like what if you could like you still get that experience, you just still don't because you don't get that many photos with housewives.
Yeah, I just feel like you know what I was telling Chantal about it? Is like on Friday, there was so much that happened that was great. And honestly, I feel like if this like Melissa and Teresa thing didn't happen, it wouldn't have been that great. I mean, I
No, I'm sorry. I think like even a lot of people feel this way. There's even a Reddit post about it that like BravoCon 2025 was like a flop for people that are like watching it like through Peacock or like all like there was really no crazy tea. It's like, yeah, there was like a lot of sneak peeks and like they showed the trailer for like the Rhode Island, but it's like they were gonna do that anyways at some point. So it's like it wasn't as like impactful, if
well,
that makes
because like
sense.
if you're watching it on Peacock, yeah, it's not going to be as impactful. But like I did meet so many people who were just like, this is the coolest thing ever. I just don't think you need to ever spend money on a 3 day pass. Like I don't think you need to at all. So, I saw someone say that they did like 1 day VIP and then they did like add-ons. And those add-ons were like really cool and more exclusive. And I was like, that's actually a good idea. Because Chanel, remember we did the Watch What Happens Live, and that was fun. That was fun being a part of that show. And like the panels, like here's the thing. Everything that happens and all the shady questions that get asked are behind the scenes in a press room that no one has access to that ends up being all over TikTok and stuff. So like I never went to one panel, you guys. I didn't go to one panel. Saturday and Sunday, not one panel did I go to.
Which is so
Um
crazy.
I did actually stop by one in the like main Bravo bazaar, I think, where like, because a lot of the housewives would have booths and things like that. So I stopped by there, and that's where like all the general admission hangs out. And I went to one that was like very fast there, and I didn't like that they had it there though. I feel like last time they didn't do that. But like you just have to take into consideration like this is such a crazy thing to put together, and everyone is like exhausted and stuff. But if you are passionate about it, like I'm telling you, when we met one of our listeners, like she was like, this is the best thing ever. And like I'm someone who like fangirls over very few people. Like it was definitely the McBee dynasties. Nia from is it Nia or Nia? Why do I always forget how to say it?
Nia.
Nia from the Valley. And who else did I fangirl over? There was like one other person. Oh, Jeff Lewis, but that was you guys. Oh, did I run into Tamra? I sure did. So yeah, so like I don't know. I think it's a great experience, and like I think they do what they can. There are people who might have been having a bad day, but I think if you want to go, make it like a girls' trip. Unless you guys are all like passionate Bravo peoples, then 3 days is amazing. Or do like one day and then do the add-ons because Saturday was like the best day ever for us. I brought my girlfriend came with me and she's actually Somali, so shout out to our Somali listeners. And we had like a really great time, but I feel like I would have probably wanted to do an add-on instead. But again, I'm hearing conflicting things about it. But let's get to like who I met, who I talked to, who I ran into, like great experiences, maybe not so great experiences, things like that. And then I know that you guys have questions, so we'll answer those questions as well. I'm just going through order of like who I met and what was I nervous going in. I don't know that I was I was probably nervous actually, Chantel.
Did you drink? Were you drinking at any point in this?
You know what? I had one. The drinks are expensive. They're like $30. That's an expensive drink, okay? And it was like Chantel, I got like champagne.
$30 for champagne? Wow. I mean,
I
but
mean,
that's like Vegas for you, I feel like. Even if you're at your hotel, that's like what you're spending.
yeah, I mean, that's insane. And then like, oh, like VIP, they're supposed to like walk around with like, what is it called? Hors d'oeuvres. What is it? And like, I promise you got Chanel. They were there like one every 4 hours with like one plate of like six hors d'oeuvres.
Stop.
That was kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, I think just like putting something like this together, I love that they're doing this only every other year. Like they're not doing this every year. Like that would be so much.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot for the fans. I think it's a lot for the housewives. I think there's not that much drama or like things to talk about every year. So it's smart for them to do that.
Yeah. Well, so going into it, I'm knowing that like, Joe, we see the video on Friday that Joe and like reunited with Teresa in front of everyone and everyone was going crazy and you just look at them and they're so happy. So like like it's like good vibes. Like okay, so good vibes like with the New Jersey stuff. So I was like I'm very excited to see that
Which is
because
you guys, which is so different from like 2023
yeah,
BravoCon because you guys that was like when there was a divide.
sensitive.
They had divide panels. Like it was so toxic. It was like when Joe said something to us. Like the like energy is so different, so different.
The first person I met, I went into the VIP and I met Dr. Contessa from Married to Medicine. She was walking around. So last year in 2023, they had more people walking around. And then they had at every moment people at the photo booth. There's three like backdrops. And what they do in VIP is like they always have like talent coming and you wait in line and you take pictures. So there's like three and then there's someone walking around. It wasn't quite like that. Like there was like hours where there was no one in VIP, like
Well,
no reality star.
I don't know if you saw this, but I think one of our Patreon members ended up saying it because Jeff Lewis said it on his radio show. Was that like, which we'll get into, when you saw Tamra, that time there were supposed to be 3 other Bravolebs, but they all like didn't show up, so he had to like beg her to come out there.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So it's like that's kind of crazy. It's like I wonder if like a lot of people just didn't show up, like they didn't show up to their like
I
timing.
think there's like a lot of people that you think about, and they're like, I have to do this because I'm obligated to do this, but
How are they
they
gonna know?
no, they don't want to be there. Like the
I know, but
really like
that's so sad because you know what? Like there was when I was watching on Peacock, there I forgot who it was. I think it was Bose or it could have been someone else, and they were like,
amazing.
yeah, and it was just they were just like, listen, we're here for the fans. Like we know that like we're here to take pictures. We know that we're here to say hi to them. Like we're here for them. Like this is literally what it's all about. So it's like
Bose is a worker. Like Bose has
yeah.
worked corporate America. She gets it. Bose gets it. But you know what? Maybe some other people in Beverly Hills don't. So, you know, take with that what you will.
No,
Okay.
I want to know who do
No,
you
I'm
think?
just saying. I'm just saying. Take with that what you will. Okay.
And
So,
OG?
I'm not saying anything else. But Bose gets it, and that's why you guys, Bose, loves her. I'll tell you about it. So
Yeah,
let's
sorry, go back to Dr. Contessa.
Yeah. So Dr. Contessa, you guys. So she was walking around. Okay. She was walking around VIP. I went up to her and I was like, hi, I love Married to Medicine. Like, I was like, I have a podcast. And I don't even do that. Like, my girlfriend that I was with was like, you're the most annoying human alive. She was just like you, Chantel, where she's like, girl, like, if they don't know you, tell them who you are. And a lot of people knew who we were. But I was like, she's like, I was like, I have a podcast. We love Married to Medicine. She's like, I'll come on. And I am so sorry that that just happened. She's like, I will come on. I will come on. Like, I'm like, I appreciate so much that you would even, like watch us. Like, we love that. Like, I will come on. And she was just the sweetest person ever. So shout out to her. And you guys want to hear something funny? On my way out to the airport, I see Dr. Heavenly. I didn't see them the whole time. I see Dr. Heavenly and I see Dr. Jackie. And I was like, girls, you guys, they were so dead. They were so dead. Like they looked
Yeah, this is 10 o'clock at night at the airport, like on
at
Sunday.
the airport on Sunday. And I was like, girls, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, you guys, like I was so on time because I was just like, I love Married to Medicine. Dr. Jackie's looking at me laughing, and you could tell Dr. Heavenly was like, fuck. And they were like, Dr. Heavenly's like, oh yeah, you went to BravoCon? I was like, yeah, I went to BravoCon. I didn't even say the podcasting or anything. And I was like, I really love I was like, I saw Dr. Contessa. I love her. I was like, are you good with her? And then she's like, yeah, we're good. I was like, I'm sorry, I love her. She's like, okay, we're good. And I was like, I know, I'm just saying, like, she was so great. I love her. I've always been Dr. Contessa. And my girlfriend who I was with was like, you love Dr. Contessa. Cause like me and her would like debate. She watched Married to Medicine. And I'd always be like, no, this is why Dr. Contessa is amazing. But that's not why I'm saying she was amazing. She was so damn sweet how she would talk to people. And I was like, yeah, I saw Dr. Contessa. And I was like, yeah, I heard you threw some shade at Toya. I'm like, Toya's my girl, you know? And she's like, I was like, I love Toya. You always come for Toya. And then she's like, yeah, Toya, you know, Toya. I was like, but wait, are you coming in? You're not full-time anymore. Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Jackie's smirking the whole time, you guys. I was not drunk or anything, by the way. And she was smirking the whole time. And then I was like, she's like, where are you going? Where are you headed to? And I was like, Detroit. I was like, I'm from where Toya's from. And she's like, oh, you're from Detroit? That's what she looked at me. She's like, you're from Detroit? And I was like, well, the suburbs. She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, wow. Okay.
People be talking shit about our city way too much, man.
I know. And Miss Jackie, Dr. Jackie was like, I see a little shade with you. I see what you're doing here. Like, there's a little shade coming from you. And I was like, that was just like a very fun, funny interaction because like there was no distractions, you know? So that was amazing. Great. If there's a show that you guys need to watch, aside from McBee Dynasty, Married to Medicine is the best. And I am so sad I didn't meet Dr. Simone because I love Dr. Simone. That's my number one. So yeah, there's that. I didn't bring her up though. I should have to Miss Jack to Dr. Jackie and been like, be better to her, but I didn't. But she was amazing, and she was walking around the VIP. A lot of them don't want to be walking around the VIP. It could be overwhelming for them. And you know, I think a lot happens Friday, and these guys, like all the housewives and the reality stars, they go out Thursday evening, and then they're also doing the add-ons, and they go out Friday night, so they're like tired and stuff. So, yeah, that was the first person I met. Next person I met, Nick Viall. So I'm never going to speak poorly about Nick Viall again.
No, why?
No, because here's why.
Wait. Just because you're nice does not mean you're like you don't have to talk bad about someone. Like if they don't do good work, you know.
But Chantel, what work does he do that's not good? Okay, like yeah, like he's like kind of okay, biased and shady, aren't we all, right? But you guys,
more the questions.
It's how you treat people though. And I will say, like, again, like I feel awkward going up to people and being like, can I have a picture? I don't know. I'm just a weirdo. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm the weird one, right? And so he had like his own booth, and then my girlfriend was like, let's go in this booth. I'm like, and the line was like, you know, it was like decent. I was like, okay, like, let's go. And like she was like, you know, excited about it. And I'm like, you know, here's the thing. I watched Bachelor at the times that Nick Viall was on, and I was obsessed with Vanessa. And I just feel like, you know, they were never a match, and he picked her for no reason. And then like I felt bad for her because I felt like she was super heartbroken from him. But anyways, but I really, really loved her. Like she was like the type of girl like I would like, you know, family oriented, like faith, like that stuff. But anyways, you know, whatever. We went up to him and we were just like, hey, he's like, hey. And we like, just like, it was like a picture thing. And we took a picture, and I was expecting to just go. And he's like, so what's up? You guys having fun? And I was like, yeah, we're having fun. And he's like, he asked like 10 questions. And I was like, what is this? I'm
like, am I in the interview?
And I was just like, we weren't giving him anything. So it was like we didn't go in there. We're like, oh my gosh, like, no, we were just like kind of dry maybe. And that was like were we having a bad day, a bad moment? Like, I mean, I was dry. I was still nice. Like I have a video of it. I could show you guys, but he was just like, then we started talking about, because like Teresa was like in a booth over. He's like, man, that Teresa stuff, it's crazy. I was like, yeah. I was like, I know. And I was like, we're so happy for them. And he was like, I didn't think that was going to happen though. And you could tell he's like a team Teresa person, which we're not doing teams anymore. But like, you could tell, like, you know, he really likes Teresa, like in the grand scheme of things. Cause he like brought up stuff. Like, he's like, you know, like when they came on the show and like, he brought up that stuff. And I was like, but no, this is real. This is real. Like, I'm happy for them. And I kind of wonder if he knew who the hell we were, that he would bring that up.
I
No,
wonder.
there's no way. But I didn't say or anything, but it was like
That's the
such
thing. That's like where you're so silly. Like, how would you not say, like, how do you not like promote your own self?
I know. What's wrong with me, you guys? I don't know. I don't know. I just think like with him, I was just like, he's so big and he was just really humble and he was like really fucking great. And it wasn't even that, like he was asking multiple questions and I was just like, okay, wow. You know, I was sitting here and I was like, I don't know how I feel about him. Now he's like into Bravo content. But like he was so great to people. And that just says something about someone. So I'm not going to be an ass to him. I'm not talking about him. Whether I listen to him or not, that's a different thing. But you know, like it to me, when you see someone treat people well and like, you know, like he could have thought, like, I don't know who he knew, who we were, but like he could have thought whatever. But like it's not like we were giving much, but he gave it all. And I was like, that was really nice.
I respect that. I respect that.
No, I really did. So shout out to Nick Vile because I was not expecting that at all. So shout out
Was
to
he
him.
your like number one person that like you were shocked by his demeanor and stuff?
Nebraska Public Media Sports brings you live all-day coverage of the NSAA High School Football Championships on Monday, November 24th and Tuesday, November 25th. Watch all day, both days on Nebraska Public Media or live stream every game on Nebraska Public Media's YouTube channel.
No, well, I was shocked for several different things.
Oh, like, yeah, on the positive side.
I was shocked for several different, no, because there was like other people I was shocked for with the positive. To be quite honest, there's a lot of people I was shocked that were like positive to, you know, I'll be honest, like shout out to the Salt Lake City girls, most of them. And we'll talk about that. I saw Louis. I saw my boy Louis. I love Louis because you know what? These people, the trolls, they tried to destroy him. And I swear to God, anyone who met Louis, I saw said, he was incredible. He was the nicest. Like my Nick Vile moment, that's what people thought with Louis.
And you know what's funny is because like that's like what we had. Like that was our encounter with him, like when we first met him too.
Yeah.
And yeah, from day one. And like people said the same thing like 2 years ago at BravoCon, the same exact thing. So it's like I'm so happy people are seeing that again if they never had the chance to meet him, because like it really is like maybe, and that just like how you said with Nick Vile, like it changed your mind, you're not gonna talk about him. Hopefully that's the same with these people. Like they met him and he was so nice and humble and made them feel welcome that they're gonna go back home and never talk about him online or something.
Everyone loved him. Like he took a photo with everyone. Like he made sure, like if someone was like, I'm Teresa's biggest fan, like yada yada. I haven't had a chance. Come meet Teresa, you know? And everyone wanted photos with him. Everyone wanted photos with him. Her lines, like, I swear to God, no one works harder than Teresa. I'm not just saying this. Like, no one was on their feet more. No one was meeting more people. No one stayed longer in the VIP photo booth line to make sure everyone got a damn photo. And, you know, she did it with like 10-inch heels, okay? 10-inch heels. So it's like, you guys, that girl is a worker. And then her husband is her biggest fan. Like, he's looking at her smiling and he's like, that's my babe. Like, he is so happy. And they just look, you guys, they look 20 years younger. And I think it's because this Melissa Joe stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm telling you, Teresa told me too, like, this is the happiest I've ever been.
Stress really can age you. Like it just really can. So
I mean, think about when you have issues with your own like family, your parents, your in-laws, like anybody, you guys, like your sister-in-laws, your sister, your brother, like holding on to that. We've all been there. It is the most like draining thing ever. And it's like you want so badly out of it because it's the only thing in life that drags you down.
are we
So
gonna be
imagine that getting released.
yeah.
And it's as real as it can be. Okay. At this point, okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, do we understand people's like doubts though? Do we understand people like not like being 100% about it just yet? Yeah. I think that's like people are like everyone's going from 0 to 100 and like maybe they did and maybe like we are and like everyone is, but it's like
because of BravoCon.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
why. But this happened months before BravoCon,
Yeah.
though.
Prior to
This is the
BravoCon, they
first
met
time
up
they were
twice.
together. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they've met. They've all met. They've talked, and they've met, and yeah, they're just happy, and Joe is happy, and just everyone is happy, and yeah, no, it was crazy. It was crazy to see Louis and Teresa just looked so much younger and just happier, and it was just a Chantal, like you said, it was a different vibe from if you were there from 2023, and I wish you were there with me, Chantal, because you would have felt that and you would have saw that, and I was just happy for them. I was just so happy for them, and I'll tell you who we met next. I'm going in order. So we met from Beverly Hills. This was at the VIP Dorit. What did you think about Dorit when we met her back in 2023?
I thought she was super nice. Like she was funny. Like she had her own like selfie light, and she's like, "Come on, let's take a picture." And like it wasn't in the
And
line. I
that's
don't.
all that it was.
Yeah.
That's all that it was.
No nothing. Like no. Hey, like what's going on this season, which they just filmed and wrapped
No,
up.
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you don't need to do that. And again, you know what? Shout out to I saw Bravo and Cocktails, by the way. I saw Bravo and Cocktails. They were on the side of the VIP. And anyone who was in the VIP, Bravo and Cocktails, I saw the girl from them. And yeah, she would go up to like them while they're taking the picture. And she's like, hey, like if you don't mind, can I just like she wasn't part of press or anything. She just came, brought her own mic, which respect to her for doing that, like having the balls to do it. And she was like, I'm from Bravo and Cocktails, like can I do an interview with you? And some people said yes, some people said no. And like she did that right in the open on the VIP. She literally just stayed all the way by the pictures at the Chantal at the far back, and then like she'd be like, hey, excuse me, like when like it kind of like when there was like any type of moment, been like, can I just like I'm from Bravo and Cocktails, like do you mind if I interview you?
Yeah. No.
So
Like I mean, that is
they
smart. Like
asked Louis.
oh, what did Louis say?
I don't know if he did it, but they asked him, which is
Oh.
crazy because they're the ones who put out like all the videos of Louis out. And till this day, I think after like Melissa and Teresa got good, are still like reporting negative things about Teresa and Louis. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but like I really would. We should all be positive about this. Like we really should. Okay, whether it is what it is, like we really should. There's been so much hurt, and this is like family at the end of the day. So we should all just be positive. So but yeah. So Dorit was very much like, all right, come here, let's take the picture, and that was it. So you
Were people
know,
excited to meet her? Like, did she have a long line? Because people just
everyone
love
had a
Beverly Hills.
everyone had a long line, no matter who
Yeah.
it was. Everyone had a long line, because people wanted to get the pictures. Like you want to get pictures, so there was never a short line for anybody. Do people do it for long? Some were willing to do it longer. Some were. I will say something. I was in line for Shamia, but then she left. And Shamia was amazing with fans. Amazing. Like she was like dancing with them, talking to them. Someone took off their shirt, let her put it on. She was incredible. Like she gave them that BravoCon experience. Shamia from Atlanta.
That's so funny because like when I was watching through Peacock, she was on this panel called Bougie. It was like a bougie panel. It was like with her and Heather Dubrow, and then why am I forgetting her name from Southern Charm? The older girl, the one that's like yeah. Sorry. Oh my god. And they were also good. But the way that she was, like, she owned that stage. The way that she like answered the questions, she started dancing. Like it's like she brought so much energy. It was crazy.
It was great. Yeah. The next person I met
Her
the
and Portia, by the way, are not like they're not good on this season.
yeah. I met the McBee boys. If there is one show I'm going to tell you guys to watch, McBee Dynasty. By the way, I'm actually going to go on TikTok and do like a whole, even more detailed thing. So make sure you're following us on our All About TRH podcast. We're not the best with it on TikTok. We're not the best, but make sure you are following us on there. And I will put the link. I'll actually put the link on this description. So make sure you're following us on there. So I'm going to do like a whole series about like BravoCon takeaways, BravoCon hot topics, like, things like that. But I'm at the McBee Dynasty, guys. If there's one thing that I need you guys, a show to watch, McBee Dynasty, you guys need to watch it. It is the best show. And immediately I was like, where's the wives? Like, where are the wives? You know? And they were like,
Well,
they were
we interviewed Steven and then Steve Jr. And so when you went up to him, like you said to him like, "Hey, I'm from Roxanne from All White Tree." She's like, "Oh my god, it was so nice to meet you in person."
He was great. He was amazing. They all were. Cole was loving it. He was loving it. He was loving it.
He
He was
would,
loving
man.
the cameras. And it was funny because I saw Steve Jr. like behind the scenes. And I was like to him, how's Cole doing? And I was like, is it like a lot for him? He's like, you kidding? You know, like, and I was like, yeah, Cole loves attention. He's like, exactly. He's loving it. But it wasn't like inappropriate attention. Like, it's just like, it's funny. They're like, what are these like pictures and stuff, you know? And Jesse
And
is like, I don't know. He was great, but like he's just quiet and he's just very quiet, you know?
there was another panel with Cole on it, and like I think it was Kate Chastain asking, and she's like, "So what are the rules that the girls gave you?" And he's like, she just said to me like, "You have to call me every time you get home." And he was like, "It was like 3 a.m. and I was calling her, telling her I'm back in my room." But it's just so crazy, like how everyone was out till like 3 a.m. every night because it's Vegas, you guys. Like if it was anywhere else, like you probably would go back right away, but because it's Vegas, like there's so much to do, and like of course they're coming home at 3 a.m.
Well, it was another type of thing where like Steve brings his girlfriend and you
Oh
know
my god,
it's
his girlfriend was there.
I didn't see her Saturday, but he told me that she was back at the room and I looked at her like story. She was like at a spa day, living her best life. It was like Sunday that she like I think was there and came and was around and stuff. So um yeah, so that's like the whole thing with her. And but like I'm just saying like remember how like when they went to Nashville and then his ex came? Like I'd be pissed if like the ex like or like only one of the brothers like girls come and they have little babies though. So I'm sure they're like we don't want to go. Like we're postpartum, we have babies. It's like overwhelming. It could be very overwhelming. But like I genuinely wanted to meet them. And it was funny because Casey messaged me and she was like, damn right. Because I had said, like, I immediately was like, I wish like Allie and Casey were here though. And I tagged them and she was like, damn right, She was sweet. She was super, super sweet. So she's funny. But if there's one show, you guys, like just please watch Maybe Dynasty. Anyone that we've told watch has literally came back to us and said thank you, because that's how great of a show it is. So
It makes me sad. It makes me sad kind of because like if Steven the dad, like if he wasn't going through what he was going through, like he would eat he would eat like
I
BravoCon
love
up.
this. I know I had asked him. I was like, "Are you coming?" He's like, "No." He's not on season 3.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that he wasn't going to be on season 3.
Well, I mean, like they're filming now, right? Like, so it's like,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
not. He's still here.
I know, but it's like
So
they already removed him half the time in season 2. It's like why bring him back on?
yeah, so that was great. Now let's get into things, you guys. Let's get into things.
Oh, with Squash the Beef next.
Are we doing Squash the Beef? Yes.
Oh, let's do it. Let's hear the story.
So again, I don't know why Chantel said hell no on me meeting them. Like I don't know why you said that because like I totally told you I would go up to them. And I said to Chantel that I feel like Joe is going to be more receptive than Melissa. And there's a whole history with us, dude, and at the end of the day, like it got messy with the team stuff. We got messy. Melissa's not innocent. Like she said things too. But like I believe them. Like I look them in their eyes and I believe this, okay? And I am happy for them, okay? So it was a moment where I see Dolores and Dolores is always very very kind, very kind. And this is like kind of behind the scenes. So no one's there, okay? And I see Melissa and Joe, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to do this. I'm about to go up to them. And I don't even think Dolores realized what the hell I was doing, okay? And I go up to them and I look at Joe, and I just remember seeing his face, okay? And I thought that Joe, and maybe because there was no one around, okay? I thought that Joe would be more receptive. And my husband actually called me out about this because I told him later. My husband was we stayed at the Aria Hotel. My husband came with me because Chantel did it. And you know me, I'm like incompetent to like fly by myself. So he was living his best life. He did a spa day, was like gambling. He was loving it. So anyways, I thought that Joe would be more receptive than Melissa. And it was just Joe, Melissa, her makeup person, like 2 random people, none of her family members. And that was good.
Thank God.
That was good. That was good, right? And I looked at Joe and I was like, listen, I just want you to know. I was like, I'm Roxanne, and I know he knows who I am for multiple reasons. And I said, I'm Roxanne. And he looked like a deer in headlights. Like, he was shocked. And I said to him, I am happy for you guys. And I am sorry because I've said shitty things. And I have a brother, and like, we're very similar to you. And like, I've been very passionate and heated, but all I've ever wanted, and then Melissa like clocks in. And I basically said, like, all I've ever wanted were for you guys to be good. And so, like, you guys are good. Like, I'm happy for you guys. So, like, I want to squash like any beef that there ever was. And like, I apologize if I hurt them. And, we got wrapped up in like, yeah, like, we're calling them out. Like, I know both sides were guilty of this, and they played into it. Teresa played into it. Like, we all did, right? Like, we're all guilty of this. Okay. Like, with this like whole team thing, and like, this is like a sister. Like, how are you doing this to the sister, or whatever it is? And like, he has his thing too, where he's like, well, like, this is like my side. Like, everyone has a side to things, right? And we like we have enough self-awareness to understand that. Okay. And there's just been so much shit that's happened, and we've been there through it all. And there was a time like we were okay with them and stuff. And I just said, like, like, I am sorry. And he wasn't as receptive to me, Chantel. And he was shocked, but you could tell, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
Did he give you a nod? Did he say anything? Like, what he just was like looking deer in headlights?
I kind of blacked out. I think he kind of was acting a little hard initially. I will say that.
Wait, he said what?
He was acting hard a little initially.
Yeah.
The
I mean, but listen,
we're used to that,
I don't blame him either. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really don't blame him. Like, we have been the people that like are talking, and it's like he's like, do I trust this? Like, it's like it's almost like he's putting a protective labor over him.
Fair, absolutely fair.
Yeah.
It's really okay to do that, And but we're not like this. We're not like this monster. Like, we have a life outside of this. We're not like on social media, and like, we have heard some like crazy rumors about him, and we're like, we're not putting that shit out there. Like, it's never like, like, this is like, we're not doing that stuff, because like, like the fan base, like some fans would do it, and like all that, and that's when we stepped away from like the troll accounts, because like things were always so aggressive and so far, and it was like, this is like not how it should be. Like, we call people out and stuff like that, but this is not how it should be. So like, I just like looked at him and I apologized. And I was like, like, I don't know with him. He said everything was good.
Okay, so he did give you an approval.
Yes. I will say, you guys, Melissa was amazing. And I know that's the craziest fucking thing that you're going to ever hear me say. I know that is. And you're going to be like, be skeptical about it or whatever it is. I'm not just saying this. I just told you how Joe responded to me and how he reacted to me. And it was a little scare. Like, like, dude, it was a lot. Like, it was a lot. Imagine, like, and I don't think people thought I would do this. I don't think.
No, I mean, like, I would be shitting myself, you guys. Imagine like going up to somebody that like, that you've talked about, they don't like you, you probably don't like them as much as before in the past. Like, and you're going up to confront them. That's like
Chantel, we've always said, and everyone who listens to us, Joe Gorga is the most likable human alive.
Yes, 100%.
We said in 2023, and just like 2025, everyone is raving about how Melissa and Joe were to fans. In 2023, Chantel, he was getting on top of fans. Like, he was so amazing with fans. We said that at BravoCon last year. The fans love him. He is like Shamia. Like, he is very performative with fans. He gives them a show. He will give you that experience. And so will Melissa. Like, she'll go out of her way, be nice. Like, she doesn't act like she's like above all and whatever. Like, she doesn't act like that. So they were amazing with fans. I saw it. I saw them. They were amazing with fans. No one is here, guys, by the way, while we're having this conversation. And there were actually people that I didn't even realize. So no one's there. And I talked to Melissa, and there was a moment we like held each other's hands. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. And I said, listen, I believe you. I can look you in the eyes. I can watch you in the interviews. I said this with Joe there too. I said, I would see, I said the relief thing too before I even knew that she said that. But I said, like, like with Joe, like I could tell that he was so like, like that this was like draining on him. And now like he looks like a million times better. Like he looks so happy. As this was happening, Gia walks past us. She doesn't even know what the fuck. Yeah. And but then she like leaves right away. And I was like, I know. I was like, I know, like I can look at you and I could tell, like, we were saying this like in the last couple of months, like he didn't look the same. He looked like sick. Like again, this type of shit can stress you out, drag you down, drain you. And I said that. And I was like, I can look at you guys now and I know this shit is real. And she's like, do you believe this is real? Like, do you believe this is real? Like, are you just doing this? Like, do you believe this is real? And I was like, I swear to God, I believe this is real. And this is all I wanted for you guys. Like, this is all I ever wanted. We're Chaldeans. Like, we're Catholic. We're like very similar. Our families are the exact same, come from old school. You guys already know all of this. So, like, for all this shit to be playing out and they both can go and say, you did this and you did that. And who gives a fuck? Okay. Who gives a fuck? Like, life is so short. We're all going to die one day. None of this shit's going to matter. And I look at Joe and he is the happiest he's ever been. And Teresa told us she's the happiest she's ever been. So there's that. And I can see that. I can see that Melissa is like on cloud nine about this. Like, she's like, I'm good. Like, this is like what we wanted. Melissa like brought up too, like, I think in an interview recently about the whole like, Adriana and I think it was Joey, I don't know, Joey or Gino meeting and stuff, and like how there was like tears involved and all that stuff. Like, they are happy. And the best thing that could have ever happened was none of the shit be on cameras. This is real. Like, it's like back to normal for them. It is so crazy, but it's still like kind of baby steps on both sides. But I think the BravoCon thing kind of pushed it because they saw how like everyone's happy. Like, Melissa and Teresa fans at BravoCon united. And we're like, we love this. And it was like, the trolls aren't at BravoCon, okay? They're just not. So it wasn't like toxic fan base or anything. And what Melissa and Teresa said was like, don't doubt us, like be there for us. And so Melissa and I looked at each other and we said, is this a truce? And I said, this is absolutely a truce. Like, I am so fucking happy for your family and I'm sorry for everything. But I'm just happy that it got to this. And, like, whatever, like at the end of the day, we both could say things about each other. But you know what? Like, I thought that was telling. She was great. And she was so receptive. And she said, it's good. And we're good. And like, yeah, we like held hands at one point and we took a picture and she got some lighting. And then it was so
and
when
you guys know too, like it's like all of this is being done and like there's never been one confirmation that like, oh, do this and you're getting on the show or do this for the show. It's like we still don't even know that's the case. So like I think even if like so I think like people are like, oh, we all know it's for the show. It's like, no, we don't. No one knows it's for the show because it might happen where they don't both come on or one comes on. So it's like they're doing it for themselves.
Yeah. And I just let's not be negative about it. Let's not question anyone's intentions. Like, if we're wrong, then we're fucking wrong. But like, let's go into it being positive. I don't believe that we're wrong, and I think it's onward and upward from here. And I do have a lot of respect for Melissa of how she handled it. Cause like, Joe is a little scared. Okay. He's a little scared.
Have you seen all the interviews? Like when you watched all the interviews, you like how she answered all the things? Same with Teresa. Like what'd you say?
Amazing. Yeah. I think that she was like, listen, like, we're relieved. And she's like, we could like, and I just get it because Chantal, we've all been there. Like, we all have problems with someone in our family where it literally drains us. And it's like, all I want, like everything in my life is great except this one thing. And it drains the shit out of me. And it's like, why does it drain me when everything in my life is great? And I swear your life can't be so great when you have this one draining thing dragging you down. And you guys, they don't have it anymore. So
there were some times there was like a tone of accountability with some of them, just like even all of them, and it's like, that's the one thing that can like probably tear them down again. So I just hope they don't go down that road and they just like continue with the positivity and they just go with that. And like, I think that everything will be good.
Melissa said, she was like, we both, if we go down that rabbit hole, we're both screwed.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you
So,
kind of
there you
can't,
go.
but sometimes I think it's hard too. It's like they've been stuck so it's like even us maybe. It's like it's so hard to change that tune because you've been stuck for so long, like saying stuff the other way.
I get it, but like we're just focusing on the future. Like we're not focusing on the past right now. And we've always like looked out for our girl Teresa. And if I look at her and she's like the happiest she's ever been, I'm happy for her. And that's that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to sit there and be like, well, this was like shady or this was that or no, like just you guys, like let them be. They're fucking happy. Joe's fucking happy. You could tell. Like you could tell. I told you that Teresa and Louis looked like they were 20 years younger after all this. No. Joe is my age, okay? Like Joe's my age. Like he's good and Melissa's happy.
Forget Botox. It's called forgiveness.
Yeah, literally, it's peace. So, I'm happy for them, and I really just
So
like.
were you shaking at that? Like, were you shaking at any point of that moment?
It was a lot. I wasn't shaking for that.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. I did talk to Paulie, and he was a little upset with me.
You want to explain why or no?
It was just like, you know what? It was a misunderstanding. And like, we have to take accountability for our end too, because here's the thing is like, we can reach out to Polly. And we did have, some of our listeners, like, they're just like, like they just saw something and they were like, wait, could this be shade towards Louis? And it was like, him and Dolores just got engaged. We're so fucking happy for Dolores. Like, yes, Dolo, like, yes, Polly. Polly's been great to us. Okay. We know that. Like, he's been nice when we met him. Really nice, like, really funny, like, Irish Catholic, funny clown. Like, he's been nice to us, like, and like I had written an article where I said that like there were viewers like calling him out because he had just like brought up that like, yeah, I could have done this like amazing proposal with fireworks or like in a different country in Greece or like just like, and he said like other details that were, whatever. He said other details, you guys. And he was like, but like this is where I met her. And like it was special. And like this is like, like this is like who we are. We're chill outside of all of this. And she wouldn't have expected it. She would have
And
expected
backstory, you guys, he did it at the Apple store. Like, I just so if no one knows, I'm sure everyone knows, but just in case.
Yeah. And so he was a little upset with me because we wrote an article and and we were so happy for them. We like posted it on our podcast page. We were super happy for them. And just in the first paragraph though, it like pointed out that viewers were calling him out for that. Like some viewers were. And I mean some some of the fan bases, yeah, like were but then we also like said like how amazing and how that didn't take away from their sweet proposal and things like that. We like the article like wasn't like really bad for him, but he was just like, and I get it because here's the thing doing this is like we could reach out to them and be like, did you mean anything by this? Like, were you saying anything because like maybe like Louis, like, because now people are just like saying like, just so you know, like Louis was like all like, went all over the top. And here's the thing, Paulie's a good friend to Louis and they're friends. Okay. So he's a good friend to Louis and they have a friendship and they've always had a friendship despite all this stuff. So
and it wasn't shade, but like he was mad that like you had wrote the article saying
he
that
was mad. He was disappointed in it.
Yeah.
And like what like kind of Dolores wanted to clear the air with that because like I like them quite a bit. Like we love Dolores's family. Like you guys, it felt weird with Frank Catania not being there.
Oh, I love him, my baby. No, you're talking about the husband, not the junior.
No, of course, Frankie Jr. I love him. Oh my gosh. Like,
yeah.
That little beautiful thing. Yes. But like, no, like, but he's so sweet. Like she has like such respectful kids and stuff. She's a good fucking mom. They all are. They all have like the best kids. But I'm saying Frank, like Frank is like
Frank and
he's
Tanya,
like, fucking Frank, dude.
Like the fact that he
shade.
wasn't there.
I'm not saying this was shade, by the way. Like because they're all good, but I'm just saying like, so he was a little upset with that. And I apologized. And again, I have access to a lot of everyone on the Housewives. Okay. I've been doing this since 2012. So I could have reached out and been like, was this shade? Like you and Louis are good. And like Louis doesn't think it's shade. Like, so like, was it shade? Like, I could have done that. And that was kind of messy on me, right? So like, I'm going to own that was kind of messy on me because I don't want problems between like Louis and Polly. Polly's been a good friend to Louis. Was that a part that I was shaking for? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it because it was like out of nowhere to you?
I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Like where like you hyped yourself up knowing like what you might go into with Melissa and Joe, where this is like, oh,
I
what are
should
they
have expected it though. I should have, and because we have a good relationship, like we've always like Dolores has always been respectful to us and Polly's been nice to us. But like, and I will say that Melissa was there for that. And
Was she like, what the heck is happening?
she was sweet towards me for that, you guys. So yeah, it was so yeah, that's the squash the beef. But you know what? That was like shitty of me because I do have access to them. And like some of those things, it's like just ask, I could have just done that and I didn't do that. And I know that they would have given me a response immediately.
Yeah,
So
listen, you owned up to it, and I think that's respecting you. So
that's all that I can do. So there's that. So yeah, that was like something, whatever. But I will say of it all, but Dolores was great. Like Dolores was like King, she's great. Melissa was amazing. I'm sorry, like it's not even sorry, you guys. Like, let's just like take this and look at it. Like I've said some things, it's not because like I know that people get protective over us, and I appreciate it so much. And I love you guys so much for being so protective over us. But it like she was fucking great. I'm sorry. Like she just I don't know why I'm saying I'm sorry, but she just was like she was fucking great. And I didn't expect that. I expected Joe to be like, girl, like it's fine.
okay.
It's fine. Like, and he was fine too. Like, I think he was shocked and he didn't expect me to do that. I also didn't think he expected me to be like me, like, I don't know how to explain that. I just don't think he expected me to be me. So like, I think he was just
Looking
like,
like a housewife snack. I'm just kidding.
no, not like that, but
No,
just
I'm
like,
kidding. I'm kidding.
how like sometimes like when people like will call someone out and you're like, oh yeah, they're like a troll behind the keyboard and like, like you can think what you would think, like, if they're being like super aggressive. And I talked to my husband about it after, and he like put me in check about it a little bit because like, and I told our Patreon listeners this, and I was like, yeah, he wasn't as receptive initially, but like he's good. Like I genuinely, I swear to God, I'm so happy for them. And my husband was like, Roxanne, didn't you call him princess? Like he's like, what the fuck do you expect? And I was like, my husband put me in check. And I was like, and see, like, that's like the Italian, like Chaldean thing, like where they'll check you a little bit. And I was like, you're right, you're right, you're right. But like, you just see this like fun side of Joe and like, but Joe's sensitive as fuck. He's sensitive. And like, so I know that because like, I've like basically studied this whole damn family, and I've just like, I feel like I've like been in the obstacles because like we've seen it all with them. We've seen it all. And my husband did say that to me. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So that's why I could look at Melissa and be like, damn, like I respect her because she just said, squash it, truce, and that was it. No questions asked. Like, no nothing. And you're that was kind of like bossy. I don't know. That was like what like you're a boss bitch for doing that. Like that you could be unfazed like that and be like, it's gone, it's done. Like we're good, And I respected that, dude. So, and they were one of the people, though I will say, Melissa and Joe, that fans like even on the BravoCon page, everyone I met, they were like, Melissa and Joe were the best experience ever. So they really give it to the fans. So when you pay for like BravoCon stuff and you have housewives and house husbands who act like that, like that's really fucking awesome. And like I'm sure like Bravo appreciates that too, because that helps them out. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. That's like what literally you're paying for. So it's like, it's so nice that people want to give that respect back to the fans. Cause like no one would be there if it wasn't for us though. At the end of the day, like not like me and you, but like all fans, like they literally would not be there. So when you understand that and you give appreciation to that, then like people are gonna be so happy and it's so nice.
Yeah. So I encourage all of us, like, and they've been saying this, Teresa's been saying this, let's stop with the team stuff. Let's just be open and let's just be happy for a family who's united because that's all that all of us ever wanted. And I think our listeners like are like that. Like that's all that we wanted. So let's just go and be positive towards that. That is my squash the beef with them, you guys. So yeah, I've been dying to kind of tell you guys this. There will be, if you guys are on our Patreon, we'll talk more about things and stuff. Who else did we meet after that? A little shaken up after that.
Some PTSD, Rexia.
Whole thing. Oh my gosh. Oh my, ay, por favor. I was a little scared. Okay. Let's go into our next group of people of who I ran into that was like super great. We ran into Gretchen. So Gretchen was the sweetest thing ever. Like just so sweet. Like just very, very nice, just sweet, asking a bunch of questions like, how are you? How's like the experience? Amazing. I saw Slade, said hello to him. She looked beautiful. You know, like people give her shit. Like she is beautiful. Like she is stunning. So she looked beautiful in person. Like
yeah, like even on TV when we watch her and like they're like, oh yeah, with your filters, like she still looks beautiful on TV. So it's like even if she wants to filter herself up, she's still a beautiful girl and like she still has that like glow and like has that platinum blonde hair and like smooth skin and looks young. So it's like, yeah, she could probably do it too much on her filters, but she still looks just as pretty. Because even
you turn around when you see her.
Oh yeah, like even when I was watching her on the Peacock live, like she was gorgeous, you know, on there.
Yeah. She was amazing. So she was great. Slade was great. He was just like kind of he was like very low key, very low key. You know, people give Slade a bad name and act like he is, you know, like wanting to be around. Like he's not. He's super low key and quiet himself. So there's that. She was so sweet. I'm glad because you know, that was like our first time meeting her. So I was really glad to meet her.
But you have spoken to her, so it's like nice to sometimes put like the face to the name and like stuff like that.
Yeah, because like we were so excited for her to be on Ultimate Girls Trip too.
Yeah.
Like, we spoke to her from then, so we were so excited for her. And then you know, and Andy said that's literally like why they cast Gretchen. He's like, we saw her on Ultimate Girls Trip, we were never able to air it, and like we liked her in it. So she was great. Okay, so with Orange County, we'll get into that a little bit after. Then I saw. You guys, this is where I fangirl, Nia Sanchez from the Valley. I am obsessed with her. And I'm obsessed with her because I like followed her when she was like Miss USA. And she's always been like super like faith-based and just like really positive. And you know, like we all can be very negative. So it's like nice when you see people who you feel like authentically are like that, you know? And she is genuinely like that. You guys, she was the sweetest thing in the entire world. The sweetest thing, like just so humble. You know, her baby was there.
Was Danny there?
Yeah, but I didn't see him. I only saw him.
Sad.
No, I love Danny. I only saw him walking out, but they had their baby. I wasn't going to say anything to them. I saw her. I had a whole conversation with her. She was so sweet. She's so funny. Her and Gretchen, they both like had a side. And Gretchen, like I had to go on the other side for fucking Gretchen, which it was because I have a side too. The left side of my face is my side. I like do not like the right side of my face. Same with Gretchen, same with Nia. And so with Gretchen, like I was like,
so funny because like I do not have a side, but it's so funny how people have a side and they know it.
Yeah. Oh,
Good
it's like it's a difference. It's a difference. So yeah, I like bit the bullet with Gretchen, and then with Nia was like, fine. And I will say that Nia is the most beautiful human I have ever seen in my entire life. Like
she's just natural, honestly.
Her face is so, so beautiful. Like, oh my God, unreal, stunning. She was the sweetest human. Like, she was like my fangirl moment. So
and like it's funny because people who are listening to us, like we talk a lot about them. We love them on the Valley. Like we always have been, you know, the team Nia and Danny. So I'm happy that you got to meet her because like it is so nice. Like, it's like authentic, like an authentic, like, oh my God, I love you.
And it was like private. So it was like nice. It was so, so nice. So she was everything I expected her to be. So beautiful, just so positive. I was like, I love you and Danny as a couple. Like, I know marriage is not easy. Like they don't portray this like perfect marriage. They portray a realistic marriage to me. So thanks for listening to part 1 of our BravoCon experience. Make sure to listen to part 2, available wherever you get your podcast.
Nebraska Public Media Sports brings you live all-day coverage of the NSAA High School Football Championships on Monday, November 24th and Tuesday, November 25th. Watch all day, both days on Nebraska Public Media or live stream every game on Nebraska Public Media's YouTube channel.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online. and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
This holiday, discover meaningful gifts for everyone on your list at Kay. Not sure where to start? Our jewelry experts are here to help you find or create the perfect gift, in-store or online. Book your appointment today and unwrap love this season, only at Kay.